Hello, morning everybody. So today is 16th of May 2019, and we're going to look at the market of today. So today we are going to look basically at trend. We want to see the various trends that we have. We want to see exactly if there are any good trades and the trades which are supposed to be taken. So on today's chart, we'll start off with the main pair. And as you can see, I have a new indicator attached to my chart. This is a custom indicator. Actually made it so that we are able to understand the trend much more clearly. So how it works is this. Assuming I have this, let me clear off this chart first. Assuming I have a clean chart like this, then to just a second. Assuming I have my screen like this, go to insert, then indicators, then custom indicators, and then it's right here. I attach it to my screen. So how it works is this. Anytime the price, like you can see there are some points where there was no red thing, there was no this mark. This one stands for neutral places. Neutral, we are neutral, but then there's an active trend. So if you check this indicator on a lesser time frame, maybe from 15 minutes chart, show. Yeah. So what it stands for, it shows you a clear trend. Anytime the price is above it, we expect price to continue remaining above it. And anytime the price comes below it, we expect price to remain below it. So as it is at the moment, as you can see, we are actually into a buy temporarily. We are in a sell, sorry, from this point here up to this point. The whole morning we've been upwards. We've been upwards until somehow there was some sell here, but it's being violated. Go to 4 hours, we are still neutral. So what we are waiting for to happen now is for us to see a sell. We want us to see a sell, and the main reason I'm saying we're waiting for a sell is because from the weekly, the overall trend is actually downwards. So what this means is you're supposed to look for a sell. You're supposed to look for a sell. If you are trading Euro USD at the moment, you should be focusing on a sell. Focus on a sell and only a sell. The weekly chart is giving us a sell. Then the daily chart, we are seeing this a sell also. There's an active trend for downwards. And then we also have 4 hours, we are yet to see any clear sell signal. And that may happen when price comes back up to this point. When price gets to this place, this may be a very good place to sell from. So we are basically waiting for this currently, just in the recent past, last week and part of this week, the trend was actively upwards. And then when price got below this level, the indicator disappeared, which means we entered the neutral zone. And as it is at the moment, you're waiting for a sell. That sell should come around somewhere here. So Euro USD, we want to sell it, but only when the price comes back up to somewhere within this place. This is where we're going to look for a sell from. Euro USD is a sell, so better know that very well, that we're waiting for a sell on Euro USD. We move forward to the next chart. USD. Here. Our screen first. This is just a trend indicator, simple trend indicator. So far GBP has been a sell, and as you can see, the active sell began at this point. It continued even lower, and it continued even further. So as it is at the moment, we actually went below a level. We went below this support, a support. Price went up, it came down, went below. So this is the correct place to look for a sell from. So according to the indicator that we're having, this is still a sell. Just that the price needs to come back up to this point before we can pick a sell from that point, expecting the sell to push price even lower. So if you are trading this pair and you don't know exactly where to enter, just wait for the price to give you a sell. So the sell was there already. On 5-minute sell, there was already a sell, which ought to have sold when this appeared. The sell signal appeared. Ought to have been a sell, and that sell should have pushed price up to where the price at the moment. So GBP is a sell, and it's going to be a very good sell when price gets back to around 1.28893. So we move forward. We move to our next chart, and that should be DJPY. DJPY is here. Got the chart afresh. That we So on this one, the trend is still downwards. As you can see, we have the red mark for a sell. We are currently actively heading downwards, and we expect price to continue even lower. So as it is even on this chart, you still expect price to continue downwards. We want price to continue even lower. The best you should do is to wait for retracement, and that should happen like this, that the price should retrace back up to somewhere around this point, around that point. This is the correct place price should retrace up to. Have this as a support, then price went below it. It should come back up to the same point where you can pick a sell. So if you want to trade this correctly, the best you should be doing is to wait for price to pull back up to this level, the same place where I bought previously. Then you're supposed to pick a sell from that point up to this level, and the next one is this. So on this pair, we are actually looking for two levels. We are looking for a sell, first of all, a sell from this point. Then we want to take profits here, and the last place you're going to take profit is here. So if you want to trade this correctly, you want to enter this trade correctly, just know that the price has to come back up to this point for you to start looking for a sell. So we move forward to our next chart, and that should be SP500. Yesterday SP500 was actually a buy. We want to see if it went as we said, or if there are any changes we need to make to it. Add indicator first of all. So as you can see, this index has been actively upwards from this point. So far where the price is, there's no clear thing, there's no clear signal that you're supposed to buy or sell. So that means we're supposed to remain flat. If you're an indicator trader, then this shows you there's nothing. There's no clear direction. But if you're a price action trader, then this is the place to buy from. We actually recommended a buy from this point. If you can remember, I think this was on Tuesday or Monday. We ought to have bought from this point. This a resistance, there's a break, a support, and then as it is, this indicator was giving us a very good buy, and which means the day that price actually went above this level, it was holding above this. This was a very good place to buy from, and even this was a good place to buy from, just that the price went to the lower side. So we move forward to our next set. Let me look at this at a lesser time frame, maybe. Yes, lesser time frame, there's a sell. As you can see, we are actually having sellers dominating. This simply means from the forwards that we're supposed to look for a sell. Expect that sell to push price up to this support. So if you saw this as a sell from this point, you actually are supposed to be in a very good sell. Expect that sell to be pushing price even lower, and it should go up to this level. The 1 hour, there's no clear trend. Actually, 1 hour is showing us some potential of buying. The indicators below, which means the price is likely to head upwards. So we remain with the higher time frame, daily, pause. So we move forward. We move to our next chart, and that should be Brent oil. And on Brent oil, before I say anything, we were actually looking for a sell previously. We mentioned that it should give us a sell. Let's see how that went. Brent oil, have it. Brent oil is here. on the daily chart, on the weekly, this is what the sell was. We have this as a resistance, and a previous good support. So a support, the price went down, it came back to the same resistance, we are still below. So this is a sell. This is a very, very good place to sell from, just that the price has not given us the best price to sell. So if you want to trade this correctly, this is a resistance. There has to be confirmation that we are actually heading downwards. And from the indicator, let's add it, we see. The indicator is actually giving us something else. Let's see. The indicator is showing us that we are actually starting an uptrend. This is what this means, that we are possibly starting a trend to the upper side. So if this is true, then that means that the price is likely to ascend beyond this level, then retrace back to the same point. We can pick a buy from that point to the upper side. So because the trend is upwards on this one, the best we should be doing is actually to wait for price to break above so that we sell it, we buy it, sorry. If the overall trend is upwards, as you can see from this indicator, that simply means that the price needs to break beyond this place where we are looking for a sell from, then retrace back slightly, or you can pick a buy from that point up to 83.550. So you are trading this pair, this commodity, sorry, you need to be looking for a buy, especially if price can break beyond the level which we are looking for a sell from. So we move forward. We want to check the same chart from a lesser time frame. We're actively upwards. There's a buy here. We had an active buy, and currently we're seeing a sign for a buy for me. So what this means is that although there's a level here, we are likely going to break beyond it to the upper side. So we are likely going to see a scenario where the price may break above, trace back slightly before it continues to move to the upper side, just the same way we've seen on the weekly chart. On the 4 hours, we are starting an uptrend. You can see we are starting an active uptrend here. Despite the fact that there's a level here, this indicator is showing us that we are possibly starting a move to the upper side. So this means that if you have to sell it based on the fact that this is a resistance, that sell has to be done with a lot of caution, because something may happen where the price is likely to come down before eventually it moves actively to the upper side. So we move forward, we move to our next chart, and that should be gold. We want to see how gold is doing, if there's any good buy or if there's any good sell. Gold is here. This gold, and I'm going to attach our trend indicator so that we are able to see here. So on gold, currently on the daily chart, there's actually no clear trend. It's neutral actually. Despite the move we saw active to the upper side, the gold is still neutral. There is no clear direction. Gold is still neutral. The weekly chart, we are actively upwards. So if somebody saw this as a trend that you're heading upwards, this was a very good place to buy from. After the gap which you saw on Monday, this was supposed to confirm that the trend is heading to the upper side. So we check daily, nothing. On the 4-hour chart, we are actually actively heading to the upper side, as you can see, price heading upwards. But the levels where if you successfully manage to buy it, the levels you're supposed to check for is either this level. We have the first one is here as resistance. Price went above, it came down. A support you ought to have bought. Also have this. This is a very good level. A support, there's a break, it was used as a resistance. Want that the current move to the upper side, it should push price up to this level and possibly break above, because on the weekly chart we are seeing a buy, then retrace back before we can see a move even higher. So with this, we expect price to come up to this level. There's a buy here, which we didn't take. There's another buy here, and then we expect to buy also when price is here. So thank you very much. That should bring us to the end of today's market oil. So far we've looked at just all the pairs we're supposed to look at. We have Euro USD, we have GBP USD, we have USD JPY. Then we also looked at SP 500. Then we also looked at Brent oil, and then the last one is gold. So thank you very much. See you again tomorrow at the same time.